My butt doesn't even fit. That's how I'm gonna do the entire video. Car to another episode of Chat with BIBI. Chat with BIBI. So guys, I've missed you so much. I haven't done a video in a while now, and don't worry guys, a lot of videos are coming. Do not worry, it's just that I've been so busy. I was supposed to film this video on Monday or Wednesday, by the way, but on Monday I got busy, and then Tuesday, which is yesterday, I had an urge to do my hair. I can do a messy buns now. Anyway, I was just so busy, so I wasn't able to film any videos, but here we are. So today is gonna be a story time, and I haven't told this story to anyone except one of my friends, and I'm sure that when he's gonna watch this video, he's gonna be laughing. It was a weird encounter, I must say. I would say it was horrible. She was not a horrible person, but it's just that she was interesting.
Not feeling it.
The entire story is just so funny to me. You know, when I rethink about everything that happened, I'm like, what? This story time doesn't really have a message behind it. Well, it does, and it's trust your gut, because when you see someone that you think that you should trust your gut. I didn't trust my gut. I should have trusted it, but stupid me, I wanted to give a chance to everybody, but unfortunately not everybody deserves a chance. A little bit off subject, but do you guys love my hair? Do you guys love my hair? You would know that I did my hair yesterday if you followed me on my TikTok. So what are you waiting for? Go and follow me on my TikTok. And as you are following me on my TikTok, go and follow me on my Instagram, okay? I'm a pretty woman and a funny woman. So go follow me on TikTok and Instagram. With that being said, let's get into the video. This entire story time started in April. So there was this girl that messaged me on Instagram telling me that, oh, I love your content, you're so funny, blah 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 blah. And well, I didn't know this girl, so I didn't really respond to her message for about 2 weeks. If I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at the mirror. Sorry guys, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I love you guys, but we need to look what we are doing so that we don't end up looking like a clown. Anyway, as I was saying, she messaged me on Instagram telling me that she loved my content, that I was so funny, and I ghosted her for about 2 weeks because, like I said, I didn't know the girl. But then I was like, you know what, girl, answer the girl. It's kind of mean to not answer people. Look, my mommy always told me not to talk to strangers, so that's what I was doing. I was not talking to strangers. But then I was like, you know what, girl, she's being nice. She said that she liked your content, so I messaged her back. So in the message, she was telling me that she loved my content and everything, and she said, could we be friends? And then I responded, I was like,
yeah, sure, we could be friends, I don't mind, blah blah blah.
You know, just being nice to the girl. And then that's when I should have known that was a red flag, because the girl told me that we're not going to be calling her the girl for the entire video, are we? Let's call her Rose. So Rose told me that, oh, if you want us to, you know, get to know each other and message each other, you should go to this account instead.
That's suspicious.
That's when I should have known there was something wrong, because why are you messaging me with one account, then you're sending me to the other account so I can't talk to you? Sense.
I'm confused. Me too.
So I was like, you know what? Sure, okay. So she sent me her other profile on Instagram. I checked the profile because I'm a stalker, and she, how can I put this into words? She looked
I don't like her.
She looked like the type of person I won't be friends with personally. But I was like, girl, don't judge a book by its cover. We are not that type of person. We are a Christian girl. We don't judge people by their appearance. So I was like, you know what? Let's give her a chance. But she really looks like the type of person I would never even picture myself with. And to tell you, I showed her profile to that friend of mine that I told the story about, and he was like, yeah, she doesn't look like the type of person you would hang out with. And I was like, yeah, like, right? I'm not stupid, I'm not crazy. Even my friends know me. Yeah. She just looked like the type of person that I don't know, maybe it was the vibe on her pictures and everything. Her profile looked normal. You know, she had like on her bio, she had like a guitar because she plays the guitar. She had like a mic because she was part of a band. So she messaged me first. She was like, hey, how are you? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And you? Where are you from? You know, all those type of little small talks. She told me she comes from LA. She goes to a music academy. She's an artist, a musical artist. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And I told her I'm from Belgium. Out here is like super cold because it's April, so it's winter, you know. Well, yeah, it was winter, spring, you know. So it's still kind of chill outside. So yeah, I was like telling her how it is here in Belgium. It's cold, it's gray, it's sad. And I was like, oh my God, girl, you're enjoying the sun. You're enjoying the good life in LA. That's good. You're in the music academy. Like, that's incredible. You know, I was just being the nicest person you could ever think of. Like, we were really vibing. And at that time, I was like,
You see, you shouldn't have judged her by the way she looked. You see, I told you, and you said you shouldn't have judged her.
Like, we were really vibing. She was into the things that I'm into. Like I said, she does music. She's in the music academy, and I love music. I love singing. So, and I'm part of a choir. So I was like, yeah, that's so cool. We have so many things in common. We can be friends and everything. So I was telling myself, you see, you just made up an idea of her. She's a cool girl. She's a cool girl. And like I said, she's in LA. So we would message each other every morning because in the morning I would get ready to go to school. Morning here in Belgium was evening in LA. It was like about 11 p.m. And that's when she came back from rehearsal with her band because she's part of a band. She's a guitarist in her band. That's how our relationship was. We were messaging each other every morning, my mornings. It's kind of confusing. We were messaging every morning. We were really getting to know each other and we were really vibing. And at that time I was telling myself, yeah, like I shouldn't have judged her, and I did a good thing by not judging her and by befriending the girl. So there was this morning, we were just talking, we were just vibing as we usually are, and then out of the blue she just tells me, girl, I have something to tell you, but don't judge me.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, sure, girl, I'm not gonna judge. Like, we're friends, aren't we? We're friends. And then she said, yeah, I'm so sorry, I should have told you this sooner, but I have an OF account.
What?
I was like, okay, I see. Let me read the messages to you. I was like, oh, I see. No emojis, no nothing. I was like, oh, I see. Okay. But then I just brushed it off, you know, because I don't want to judge her. Like, honestly, I've never seen like workers. Actually, I've seen workers before in my life. And I mean, you do what you need to do to get that dough. I'm not judging. Like, I don't know your circumstances. I don't know what happened in your life. I'm not going to judge you, you know? So I was like, sure, girl. Yeah, I didn't expect it because, you know, we were talking about something. I think we were talking about school. And then she tells me, yeah, I do OF. And I was like, okay. This kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't expect that.
I'm confused.
So yeah, she told me she does OF, and I was like, girl, get that dough. I mean, my dream is to have a sugar daddy. You know, I don't want to work. I don't judge. Like, do what you need to do to take care of yourself, to take care of your family. Do what needs to be done. And even if you're not doing this for the money, if you're doing this because you genuinely enjoy being a worker, I'm not gonna judge. Like, who am I to judge? I'm no God. I'm no Jesus. You do whatever you want to do with your life, boo. So like I said, I was like, I don't judge you, especially in the US. Things are quite expensive. So get that bag, okay? Get that bag. So then when I said everything like that, I told her, no problem, girl. I don't judge. Like, do whatever you need to do, blah, 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 blah. This girl tells me, do you want to subscribe to my OF channel?
Oh, hell no.
I said, girl, I'm broke. I'm broke. Second of all, I'm not into this type of stuff. I've never even thought of things like, Jesus Christ, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. I've never even thought of things like that because I know people do OF. Like, I scroll on TikTok in my life. I go on social media. So I know that people do those type of things. But I don't want to be... There's no correlation between me and those things. Like, I don't want to be included. Please. We're friends, but... we're friends. It stops there. So she said, do you want to subscribe to my OnlyFans account? I was like, girl, I'm broke. I even sent sent her a screenshot of my account. I was in the minus. Guys, I was in the minus because I pay abonnements, you know, every monthly abonnements for like Orange, for my data, for things like that. So they kind of removed the money in my accounts, even though the money is going to be in the negative. I had minus €3.13 in my account.
He shock you.
Girl, I'm broke. And secondly, I'm not into those type of stuff. It's no offense. Like I said, I'm not judging you, but it's just that I'm not into that type of stuff. And she was like, oh, okay, girl, I get you. She said, I get you. So I thought we had solved the conversation. I thought the conversation was closed. Had I known, before I get to the next thing that I wanted to say, there was something very particular that she said. She said, I want you to know me better. And I was like, we can know each other on Instagram. Like, I don't see, how do you want me to know you exactly? Like, what is your plan? What are you thinking? What are you thinking exactly? When she said that, I was like, wait, what did you say?
What did he say?
Girl, what do you mean you want me to know you better? On OF? I know you enough here on Instagram. We don't need to do that. So the next day, she comes and tells me that,
yeah, I would really love to know you better.
and I was giving her solutions. I was like, you know what? If you want, we can give each other's number, or would you prefer us to have each other's snapshot or anything? And she was like, no, because she was really thinking about me subscribing to her OF account. You know what I mean? So she was like, no, I think it's too fast. I was like, no rush, girl, no rush, baby girl, no rush. It's just that I'm giving you ideas over here.
The thing is that she was telling me that things were going too fast, but she's also the same person that asked me to subscribe to her OF account. So what is going too fast exactly, girl?
So there was this one time we were discussing. I think she was kind of, if I'm analyzing the entire thing, I think she was just trying to, how can I say it? I think she wanted me to have pity on her. That's the thing. Because on that day, she told me about her abusive boyfriend, that he was like a very Christian type guy. And I was really encouraging her. I was like, girl, you don't need this man. Girl, you're beautiful. And she is, honestly, she is. I told you guys that she looks a little bit but she is a very beautiful girl. That I'm not gonna deny. She's a very pretty girl. So I told her, like, girl, you're so pretty, you don't need this guy. She's not with her ex, by the way. She's not with her ex anymore. I hope so, because even though she did all those things she did to me, I don't want her to suffer. So she told me that, yeah, he was very abusive and using the Christian faith to manipulate her. And I was really on her, you know. I was like, girl, don't worry about it. I'm really here to support you. If you need anything, I'm here for you, girl. I am here for you. The next day, she didn't even wait. The next day, she tells me again,
girl, I really want you to subscribe to my OnlyFans account.
She Nimo Soro Chinese, or do I speak Italian? Last time, didn't you hear what I said? Like I told you, I thought that was past us, the only fun things. Like, we were talking about other things. You were talking about your boyfriend, blah, 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 yesterday. Now today, you're still asking me, can you subscribe to my OnlyFans account? Yawirini, is something wrong with you? Like, didn't you understand the English that I typed the last time? Or... Kenny, I was confusion. I was confusion when she brought it again.
So I am confusion.
So I was like, girl, I really want to support you, but no. So I was like, girl, mind you, this is the second time she's asking me to subscribe to her OnlyFans account. The first time, I was like, you know what? It's the first time she brought it up, so I'm not gonna get mad. But the second time, I was like, didn't I tell you last time that I'm not interested? Like, a Kimbo, are you even listening? And then she proceeded by saying, yeah, I want you to see my wild side. I say, wild, Kimmy? I was laughing it off. I was like, girl, you want me to see your wild side? You crazy, you crazy little girl. You silly little girl. I will read you the text I typed so that, you know. So I was like, yo, wild side? Girl, okay. Thanks for the proposition, and I am happy that you feel comfortable sharing that side of you. But I told you that I don't really have funds to subscribe. Between the bills I have to pay, the monthly subscription, etc. I also need to feed myself, and I have just enough money to enjoy myself. When I say enjoy, is maybe buying myself Burger King a few times. And I'm not into those type of things. Claire, I even did a paragraph. I structured the sentences. I was really being nice, very respectful, very mindful. You know, I didn't want her to feel bad. I didn't want her to feel hurt by the words I was saying. I'm the type of person, I'm very blunt. When I showed the messages to my friend, he told me that you were being so nice. Tu l'as caressé vraiment dans le sens du poil. Et c'est vrai. I was being so nice with her because I'm a blunt person. If the truth hurts, if it pains you, I don't care. I will tell you what I need to tell you. I'm very blunt. That's why I've gotten myself into a lot of issues in my life. Let's not talk about this one. What is in my mind, I will just spit it out. You know, I'll just spit it out. That's why when I'm mad at people, when I'm angry, I try to keep my mouth shut. Because if the things that are in my mind should escape my mouth, it's gonna look ugly. Someone is gonna cry, and it's not me. I don't care. So I was really trying to be so nice to the girl. I was being nice, respectful, really all those things. This is not me. I'm not a nice person. Okay, I'm nice, but it's just that I'm a blunt person. I'm not that type of person that I will be holding your hands all the way. I'll be telling you, yeah, bele. No, I'm not this type of person. I don't care. I'll just give it to you as this. But with this girl, I was really trying to be calm, trying to be nice, trying to be respectful, trying to be demure. And I'm not gonna lie, the second time she asked me, I was kind of getting mad a little bit. Just a little. I was not mad to the point where I wanted to slap her, but we were almost there. So after that, what did she say? Well, I cannot really read her messages because she blocked me. But we are going to come back to it later. So I will just guess what she said because, like I said, I cannot see the messages. So I think she said,
I just want to feel special to you or whatever.
And I said, girl, you're already special to me. You're a fun person. And she said, yeah, but I would love us to shoot content together.
God have mercy upon us.
Kini content. What content are we talking about? So you want me to open my yacht so everybody can see in the big public area? When she told me shoot content, I was like, shoot content? I'm confused. My exact words. She was like, yeah, content, you know. OF content. I was like, I said, girl, I'm not accepting. I'm a very prude person. I don't like to show myself. I'm a shy babe. And secondly, it's not my thing. Like I told you before, it's not my thing. I'm not into that type of stuff. We're not doing that. Like, I don't judge you for doing it, but I'm not gonna do that, honey. Even in your wildest dreams, I cannot be doing that. Possible. So I was really being nice, very respectful, very demure. I said, not my thing. I'm more of a YouTube kind of girl. You know, I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a OF content creator. I'm sorry if I gave you the wrong idea. I support you 1000%, even though I'm broke, but it's really not my thing. It's really not for me. Plus, it's not that I'm insecure or anything, but very conscious of my body, you know? So she was like, okay girl, I understand. And that's when she brought up her boyfriend, saying that she was very insecure about her body because of her boyfriend. He made her feel insecure. He made her feel like she was, you know, like she was dust, like she was a mosquito. He was really not a good boyfriend. And she explained that to me, and I was like, yeah, sure. He was the problem, using his fate against her, telling her that, oh, a Christian don't do that, a Christian don't do this, you know, all those manipulative guys that think it's okay to talk to a woman anyhow. And I was like, girl, you were not the problem. He was. You are extraordinary. I've been talking to you for a while now, and I know that you're not a bad person, blah blah blah. You know, I was being so nice. So I was kind of giving her examples in the Bible that said that, you know, women should be submissive, but men, love your wife and things like that. You know, I was really being encouraging, saying that it was not her fault, saying that he was the bad guy in this story. You know, I was just being very supportive. I was being a good friend. So the next day, she brings up OF again.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
God, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel, because if I take the wheel, somebody is going to die. And like I said before, I feel like she wanted me to feel pity for her because she kept bringing up her boyfriend, saying how abusive he was. She wanted me to feel sorry for her. And with that sorry that I'm feeling, she thought I would subscribe to her OF account. No, no, no. Girl, I'm African and I have common sense. African, we don't have pity. I'm just joking. We do. But for this type of thing, we know when we are being manipulated. We're not stupid. We have common sense. So I'm book smart, but I'm street smart, girl. So this manipulating, gaslighting that you are doing, you better not do it with me, because I will return the favor to you. And that's what I did. So what I said, I told her, I do get it. It is very important for you, but those are my boundaries and I intend to keep them. Please respect that. And then she's trying to gaslight me. She's trying to manipulate me, emotionally telling me,
so am I not important enough for you?
I said, I never said you weren't, but that is the money I don't have. You know, I don't have money to be subscribing to your OF account, and even if I had, I will never do that in my entire life.
Will never do such a thing.
So I wrote her an entire paragraph. So I was like, sorry, honey, no can do. I'm feeling kind of gaslighted right now, but I'm sure it's just a me thing. I know it was just not a me thing. I know she was gaslighting me, but you know what? I was being nice. And that you are not doing it on purpose. She was. But I feel like you are not understanding my situation. And personally, I don't want to explain myself again. So I will just politely ask you not to bring up this subject again. Please. This is the how much time again? The third time. The third time she brings up her OF account. Third. I was getting tired. So because it is making me uncomfortable and making you feel bad, and I don't want that for both of us. Talking to you is fun and you're truly a nice person, and I would like it to stay that way. Guys, like I told you, I showed the messages to my friend that I told the story about. He was like, this is really unlike you. I said, I know. I was being nice, respectful, calm, demure. It's just unlike me. I'm not that type of person. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm the type of person that I will give it to you. Boss, I don't care. But I was being nice, respectful, gathered, especially because I really wanted to slap this girl, but I was like, you know what, girl? God has given you patience. So after I sent her the paragraph, she said, oh, I'm sorry if you felt like I was crossing.
Oh, now you can't speak English.
And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry if you felt like I was crossing a boundary. I just want you to know me better, blah, 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 blah. All those things that she has been saying since the beginning of our conversations. So after she said, yeah, blah, 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 I'm sorry, blah, 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 I responded with, thank you. I'm very forward and blunt. If you keep pushing my buttons like that, I might say something that none of us would like. So let's just not talk about this. You're fun, and I don't want to end our friendship over this. And she said, me too, I don't want to end our friendship. So we're on the same page. Good.
I thought so.
So after the conversation we had about not crossing boundaries, we were good. We talked like we usually did. And the issue was solved. Like we were talking like before the OF thing came up. So I was like, oh, so she finally understood my boundary and she's not gonna cross it again. So I put powder and mascara. So like I said, after our big fight, and I expressed my boundaries for the third time.
Third time's the charm.
Everything was good. Like everything was going fine. We were talking like we did before. And I expressed during our fight that if she ever brings up the subject again, I'm gonna end the friendship. And I wasn't joking when I said that. So like I said, everything was going fine. She didn't bring up the subject again for like about 2 days. And the last messages I sent her was like, oh, I overslept. Now I'm late for school. And she said, oh my God, I'm so sorry for you, blah, blah, blah. I can't really read her messages, so I'm just guessing what she said. I was like, how was band practice? Because like I said, we texted every morning. And my mornings were her evenings where she came back from her rehearsal with her band. And I was like, how was band practice? Did you do well? Is everything fine? Blah blah blah. And then she told me about a concert that she had and that she was feeling nervous, and I was like, girl, you got this. I'm supporting you. You got this. I'm here for you. You'll do just great. After I sent that message, she sent me her OF link. Guys, I cannot make this up. She sent me her OF link again. I told you guys that if she sent me again, the friendship will end. I didn't respond. I didn't even want to give her time. I didn't even want to give her the time of day. I didn't respond. I saw the message. I was like, so this is how it's gonna be. Okay. She thought I was joking when I told her I will end the friendship. I wasn't joking. Even she herself, she knew she was doing something stupid. Me, I'm not a block person. I don't block people. For what? I keep them on my phone so that I know that if you are the one messaging me, I don't have to respond. I will look at the message and I will not respond because it pains you more. You know, when people block you, it's finished. Block is block. But if you keep them on site, you don't block them, that one pains. I didn't respond. I saw the message. I didn't respond. 2 days later, I go back to our conversation and I see that I cannot see the conversation on her part. So I was like, so she blocked me. So she blocked me, Abby. I thought we were friends. What was she blocked me, and honestly, I didn't really care. Honestly, if I need to be honest, I didn't care if she blocked me or not. I was even relieved that she blocked me because I sure wasn't gonna. So I know this story time is not like huge, but it's just that I wanted to share this experience with you guys because it was just a funny encounter to me. It was just funny. I was confused by our conversations. She was not a bad person, honestly. She was nice at first, but then she started gaslighting me. She started using her emotions and her experiences against me, and that was when I was like, girl, I know when I'm being manipulated. I was bullied for 5 years of my life. I know when I'm being manipulated and gaslighted, okay? And I have seen so many story times on TikTok and on YouTube to see that you were gaslighting me for me to follow your OF account. Like, bruh. you gaslighted me just to have more money. At the end of this, when I told my friend about this, he was like, so the only reason she wanted to be even friends with me is not because I have good content, it's just because she wanted me to subscribe to her OF account. And honestly, at that time, I was not really thinking about this perspective, but when he said that to me, I was like, yeah. Damn! So I was just one of her many victims, I guess. And like I said, I'm not judging. I really am not judging. You do what you need to do to get that bag. I'm not judging at all. But the fact that you wanted to manipulate me, I expressed boundaries more than thrice. Not once, not twice, thrice, even thrice. Well, the 4th time she sent me her OF link, I didn't respond. So yeah, I expressed boundaries. I was being very respectful. I was being very nice. And all this for what? For you to block me at the end of the day. When I saw she blocked me, you made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing. I was like, the person that did something wrong is the one blocking me. It's just not making sense in my head. So honestly, I was not even mad at this point. I was like, you know what, she blocked me, let her block me. Anyway, I didn't want to talk to her. So if she wants to block me, let her block me. I don't care. So this story time is just to tell you guys, trust your gut. Because like I said in the beginning of this video, I wasn't feeling her vibe at all. Like, when I saw her profile for the first time, I was like, this girl, she doesn't look like the type of person I would be friends with. And I was right, because even my friend told me that she doesn't even look like the type of person you would be friends with. And I was like, yeah, right? So I'm not the only one who saw it. Even my friend that knows me like for several years now told me that, oh, she doesn't look like the type of person that you would be friends with. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? Even when I saw her profile for the first time, I was like, this girl doesn't seem like the type of person that I would be friends with. I don't usually put gel on my hair, but you know what? We want to look snatched, so we're going to put gel. Guys, trust your gut. Next time when you see that somebody is not checking the vibe, just next. It's not as if I don't have friends, Abby. I have friends. I was just really being nice. Like when she sent me a message, I was like, let me not ghost her because it's not nice. I wouldn't like somebody to ghost me, you know. I was being so considerate. I was being so nice. I was not being myself. So guys, trust your gut. Okay? Trust your gut. When somebody is not checking the vibe, when somebody is looking weird, just give it up. Because people can be a headache, a handful. They can be a handful. So it's so annoying. I'm never doing this in my life again. If somebody come and DM me and tell me, oh girl, I want to be your friend. Which friend? What friend are we talking? Friendship. I have friends. I don't need you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Next. Thank you. Next. Anyway, today I was not even wearing my Louis Vuitton bonnet because it couldn't fit. You see, Louis Vuitton. It's real Louis Vuitton.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
It's real. Don't worry. Guys, what do you think about my hair? I made it yesterday and honestly, I love it. It's just giving Beyonce. I don't have a windy, how do we call it? Ventilator. You know, I don't have it. I was going to use it. My hair would be like floating like this in the wind, like Beyonce during her concerts. I love the hair, honestly. I did a good job yesterday. My hands are sore. You know, doing your own hair is exercise. You guys, if after several months I get muscle like this, don't worry, it's because I'm doing my own hair. You see the muscle? You see the muscle? It was fun making this video. It was just a chill video, just a story time that I wanted to share. And yeah, please do not forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be aware of any type of rubbish that I'm gonna be doing on the channel. And follow me on my social media. Like I said, my TikTok, my Instagram is literally the same name, so you cannot get confused. Biodun.05. You cannot get confused. Please do not forget to comment because it's very important for the algorithm. And please do not forget to share my videos and also like my videos because I am a likable and lovable person, aren't I? Plus, it boosts my ego. So please, comment. We'll see each other on the next video. And until then, do not forget that Money Ferre, the lover, my lover. Me, I want to be your lover. Money Ferre, okay? Why am I so energetic? It's because of the hair. It's because of the hair. I'm looking incredible. So, like I said, Money Ferre and Odebo, like the British people say when they British people when they want to pronounce Nigerian food. I'm gonna eat fufu with egusi. It's fufu and egusi. Why am I being so random? Guys, look at my stretch marks. Aren't they beautiful? I look like a tigress. Okay, hold up.